In the first scene, Alex's voiceover tells of his father, who worked his whole life without a day off. One day, from fatigue, he fell asleep while driving and crashed into the house. The car exploded. This is how Alex and Sarah are left without a father and without a home. More than anything, Alex dreams of getting rich so he can take care of his sister and mother. However, the boy does not want to repeat his father's mistake and work tirelessly. Events then take us 10 years into the future. Alex is asked out by a young girl, Isabel, but he is not interested in women his own age. The guy is actively engaged in seducing old rich women. Alex has a friend named Daniel who takes a liking to the 65-year-old divorcee Denise, but while he was ordering cocktails, Alex had already begun to seduce the older woman. 28 years have passed. Alex wakes up in bed next to his elderly wife, Denise, and uses the mirror to check if she is breathing. The couple live in a luxurious mansion and do not deny themselves anything. Everything is done for them by the servants. Denise reminds her husband that today is their anniversary. Alex completely forgot about it, so he told the wife that the surprise would be waiting for her later. In the afternoon, he offered to buy her a car as the present. At her expense, of course. Alex was very happy with the new acquisition. In high spirits, he met with the elderly Sophia, Daniel's wife, and then the friend himself arrived. The wife forbids her husband to eat fatty foods, and she also forces him to exercise constantly. Daniel fears that Sophia will trade him for a young lover. Outside the house, Alex notices another expensive car and decides that Denise has bought 2 cars. The wife was lying under an oxygen mask at the time, as she was out of breath. Alex is perplexed to see a young guy. It turned out that Denise wasn't expecting him so early and was having fun with a lover named Remy. Denise wants to break up the relationship, and since they are not officially married, Alex will not get anything. As he packs his bags, he resents out loud for he has given Denise his best years. However, she doesn't pay any attention to him. She is much more interested in the handsome Remy. Alex had all of his gifts taken away and was kicked out of the house with the few things that actually belonged to him. At this time, Sophia, who has found a chocolate bar in Daniel's pocket, scolds him. Unlike Alex, Daniel has been forced to watch his weight and appearance all his life. Alex watches them from behind the bushes. Under the pretext of going for a run, Daniel went to the park to his stash of sweets, but he was startled by Alex. He told the friend everything that had happened to him. The wife wouldn't let him stay, so Daniel brought Alex to the dollhouse of granddaughter Sophia's. Alex is depressed, and Daniel advises him to meet a certain Sammy, who is reputed to be the chief seducer of women's hearts. The next morning, Alex escaped from the dollhouse when the girl noticed something awful in the toilet. Later, as arranged, he met with Sammy, who told bluntly that his appearance left much to be desired. Sammy, for one, has been taking care of himself all his life, with 6 marriages and 6 inheritances under his belt. Sammy advises Alex to start looking for a wife as rich and older as possible. The problem is that he doesn't even have a place to live. Apparently, Alex will have to think back to the family. He hasn't been in touch with his family for a long time. Sammy's chauffeur drove Alex to the right address. Hearing his voice on the intercom, Sarah was shocked. The brother hadn't contacted her in years because he didn't want to know his poor relatives. Alex had to tell the sister the whole truth. She wasn't happy about it, since the brother hadn't been to the birth of her son or to her husband's funeral. But Sarah still let him stay for a while. Alex sees his 10-year-old nephew, Hugo, for the first time. Over lunch, he tries to strike up a conversation with him and finds out that the boy is into science. Alex, for his part, shares his plans to find a new aged wife. Alex has to overnight with Hugo in the same room on an air mattress. He cannot sleep because he is used to living in luxury. Hugo wonders how he managed not to work for so many years. The uncle tells him that everything was paid for by his wife, to whom he was not formally married. The next morning, Alex woke up on the deflated mattress. During breakfast, the neighbor Michael came to Sarah and told her that his door was jammed again. Sarah promised that she would soon come to him. Alex was surprised that the sister knew how to fix furniture. Sarah came to work. She's in construction. Hugo had blabbed that his mother had a notebook of her own sketches of houses. The sister asked her brother to take her son to school and pick her up in the evening. Hugo goes to the prestigious school for rich. He was accepted there because he is very smart. Alex immediately notices how his nephew looks at a beautiful classmate named Eva. Hugo thinks he has no chance. Suddenly, Alex sees Eva's rich grandmother, Samantha Hirsch. From the nephew, Alex learns that she is a widow. He was instantly interested, but was prevented from meeting her by her bodyguard. Meanwhile, Sophia and her husband are playing dirty games, but Daniel is distracted by a call from the friend who shares the good news. However, Daniel thinks that Samantha Hirsch is out of his league. She, by the way, is an acquaintance of Sophia's. Since admission to the charity reception is €500, Alex stopped by Auto Sticker, which advertises on cars for just that amount. According to the conditions, the clients have to drive with the ad for 3 months. Near the hotel, Alex met his old acquaintance Isabel, who worked here as a security guard. The first thing he did was to change his clothes in the restroom and, fully confident in himself, went out to the pool. Like in the good old days, Alex began to win the attention of the gray-aged woman and spectacularly dove into the pool without noticing the brown trail that followed him. The guard escorted Alex out of the hotel, saying he was not the first to flirt with the madame. But without a written invitation, he will not be allowed to come close to her. Alex comes to get advice from Daniel, who has been playing games with Sophie yet again. At one point, the man remembers that Samantha is about to have a children's party to celebrate her granddaughter's 10th birthday. Having cleaned himself up, Alex came to get Hugo, and together they went to the ice cream parlor. The man began to flirt with the ice cream clerk, Lighty, to avoid paying, and surprisingly, he succeeded. Alex began giving Hugo flirting lessons so that Eva would call him to her birthday party. Sarah was horrified to see her car. Alex had to take down all the ad. At home, Sarah noticed the strange behavior of her son, who stated that he now wanted to have success with girls. Sarah believes that Hugo should think about his studies, not flirting with his classmates. In the room, Alex notices the boy writing a letter to his late father. Asked by the nephew if he thinks about his father, Alex says he doesn't. The next day, after walking the boy to school, he went to get Samantha, but saw the disguised security guard instead. It turned out to be just a nightmare. Sarah told the brother to look for a job, but that wasn't part of Alex's plan. He met with Daniel, who was able to find out a few things about Samantha. It turned out that she liked it when people talked about her knees. Daniel drove away in a luxury SUV. The auto sticker guys noticed that Alex had ripped the ad off the car and chased him. Trying to get his feet away, he ran in a shuttle bus, but it was the terminal station. The brothers grabbed Alex and demanded money, but then they got a call from the mother they fear more than anything else in the world. Taking advantage of the moment, Alex ran away. He returned to the ice cream parlor and asked if here was a job vacancy. Lighty, who was the director, agreed to hire him. While spending time with the nephew at the bowling alley, Alex told him to come over and meet a girl, but she refused him. However, when Hugo knocked down all the pins with a bowling ball, other girl became interested in him. Now Hugo is determined to approach Eva. What he does not know, however, is that Alex paid this girl to give the nephew confidence. At the pool, Hugo prepares to talk to Eva. Surprisingly, the girl invites him to the party. Hugo shared the happy news with his mother, and Alex, of course, volunteered to accompany him, but Sarah was against it. That's why Alex later approached Michael with a request. That same evening, Michael visited them and invited Sarah to an architecture exhibit. She was so overwhelmed that she promised to think about it. In the evening, the brother decided to talk to her while she drew her designs. Sarah admitted that she was not ready to go on dates with Michael or anyone else, even though it had been 5 years since her husband passed away. The fact is that she devoted her whole life to the son, so she neglected her own personal life. To relax, the brother and sister decided to get drunk. Their fun was interrupted by Hugo, whom they disturbed to sleep. Before going to bed, Alex promised that he would take the nephew to the party and she could go on her date in peace. The next morning, the brother and sister had a terrible hangover. At work, Alex got his first paycheck of the week. The auto sticker guys kept demanding money from him in messages. He had to ask Liddy for a loan, and she graciously agreed. However, before paying the guys back, Alex saw an advertisement for a spa that promised complete rejuvenation for €500. He came to the salon and, in addition to a course of rejuvenation, ordered a whitening of his buttocks. After all the treatments, he came home in a good mood. Sarah says she was glad he was with them. Hugo is very excited before Eva's birthday party. He dreamed that at the party he was the most irresistible. When Sarah took her son to the barbershop in the morning, the same guys came to Alex, hit him, and took Hugo's expensive video camera. They will only get it back when they got the money. Alex and his nephew arrived at the party. Hugo gave Eva a present, while Alex tried to flirt with Samantha. Hugo wasn't getting anywhere, but Alex seemed to be having success. When the girl says she was subscribed to Hugo's YouTube science channel, he realized he had to be himself. Meanwhile, Alex begins to praise Samantha's knees from the stage. Then it turns out that she has titanium knees. It are the result of a long-ago accident. At the same moment, Daniel showed up and told the whole truth about Alex. It was revenge for the fact that he had once stolen Denise from him. A fight ensued between the friends, and Alex crushed the birthday girl's cake. Hugo heard his uncle say that he did not want to spend his life with his sister and nephew in the miserable apartment. In frustration, the boy ran away. Meanwhile, Michael confessed his feelings to Sarah. She reciprocated, but they were interrupted by a call from her son, who asked to pick him up. In the evening, Sarah did not let the brother into the house and then took his things outside. In addition, she noticed the camera was missing. Sarah no longer wants to see Alex, who once traded his family for money. Alex had nowhere else to go, so he decided to seek help from Lydie, who takes care of stray cats. He thought that the girl was helping him in exchange for a night of love, but it turned out that she wasn't. Lydie confessed that she actually loves young and handsome men. She decided to help Alex because she always helps those in need. Daniel said that Sophia had kicked him out for that visit to Samantha. The men thought together what to do. Now they were even and must forget old grudges. Wearing themed costumes, they arrived at Auto Sticker. While Daniel was doing the distraction, Alex stole the camera and hurried away, but crashed into a trash can. He immediately went to his sister's house and returned what he had stolen, but Sarah still won't talk to him. Hugo was nervous about going to school, but Eva was very happy to see him in spite of everything. It turned out that the girl had received a letter from Hugo, who proposed her to do something together for his YouTube channel. Of course, it was actually Alex who sent the letter. The children had fun together. Sarah and Michael were also doing well, as were Samantha and her bodyguard. Denise, however, sadly passed away. Daniel got a job at Auto Sticker. Lydia is still taking care of stray cats. One day, Sophia met Sarah. The one had bought the house and wanted Sarah to become the chief designer. That's how Sophia was advised by her fiancé Alex. Sarah hugged her brother. However, Alex still wanted to talk to Hugo. Maybe now they would become a real family.